Fortresses are friends that are going to talk good about you. But not only that, you need to realize that having friendships are also motivational too. These friends are going to, hopefully they are. If these friends aren't motivating you, stay away from them. But you need to have friends that motivate you. And that's what your fortress should be. It should be protection towards other people, but an advantage for you. I'm going to say that again. Fortresses are big walls or big buildings to not only protect you, but to benefit you too. That's why it's there. That's why walls are there. Boundaries. You can talk about boundaries too within this conversation, but you need to have friends that motivate you. Not only that, you need to have friends that encourage you. Motivation and encouragement are different. Encouragement is more when the times get low. Motivation is more as of like that kick into gear when you're just you know. You also want friends that are good listeners to your plans and give you really rough critiques. It's very rare to find somebody, if you're making a YouTube channel, this is a good example, that critiques your videos for what they are. You talk too much in your videos. You need to have this in your video. I think your video is boring. If you find those people around that are blunt to the point with you, keep them close. I believe you need to have a friend that's straight to the point with you, blunt with you. You need to have a friend that's going to encourage you and motivate you. And you need to have a friend that is part of the business that you want to be in. YouTube person, the motivational person, pastor for me. And then the other person's going to be my brother, for an example. Or a girlfriend that you know that might be blunt with you when you make mistakes and stuff like that. It's healthy. Building fortresses are a good friend circle, but then not only that, a fortress is also something that is motivational. When you build a fortress, you have to maintain them. You have to maintain friendships. You maintain friendships by checking in with them consistently. So you say good morning to them. Hey, how's your day going? You know, you have a phone call with them really quickly. Hey, I heard you're doing really bad. You posted something on Facebook. I just want to check in on you. You know, going the extra mile for these friends that I just mentioned. Those friends, you go the extra mile. You keep these friends around by being an active listener. You have back and forth conversation. You don't want to be a person like me who's just listening to conversation, and then not replying, because you make them bored of you. And they're going to find somebody else to give that attention to. But you want to keep them around, so you want to listen. Nothing's worse than having a conversation with somebody and self-exposing myself, having an earbud in, and then them saying, oh, this and that, and this and that, and then me saying, what? You know, the worst thing with friendships is when somebody has to tell you to do something over and over again. Or, tell you something over and over again. Not in a matter of a physical thing, but say something again to clarify. You know, this can't be happening. You need to be focused and dialed in within conversation. And you can do this practice by, for an example, paying attention to a video that you're watching, a movie that has a lot going on, and then pausing the movie and replaying in your head what happened in that part. Okay, so in Saw, the first part of the movie, they're stuck in a room, there's poison gas going through, and the first guy that tries opening the door gets shot in the eye, you know. You want to reference these things again and again, and then making practice of this stuff too. You keep friendships around by scrubbing their back too. So, again, if your friend's a YouTuber and he knows this stuff pretty well, but he has low subscribers, you have a lot of subscribers, you have the platform that can get them attention, reach out to them, you know, give them that shout out, give them that subscribe, give them that donation if you can. It's hard out here and it's tough, so it's always good to scrub your friends back when it is needed. Now, what if you don't have any skills? You try to make the best efforts to make it well for them. Well, I don't know about computers. Well, I don't know about fixing cars. Well, do you know how to shop at the right places? Do you know about good reviews at certain places? Do you know certain good mechanic shops? There's always something that you can do to help, whether if it's a little bit of research or a little bit of information that is not known to other people, like a little bit of insider information. Feel free to tell them that, because that's going to nourish that friendship. Now, we're getting to the 5-minute mark, so we're going to talk about isolation, why isolation is important. And I don't believe in this law as far as isolation being dangerous. Isolation is dangerous because if you don't have a lot of friends to reach out to, and it's just you, and it's a you army alone, and you go to school, and you fail, and you fail, and you fail, and you fail, the teacher is most probably going to say, hey, Derek, for an example, let's use that name. You know Juan, right? Yes, I do. Well, Juan's been failing class, this and that. Can you give me a good idea what's going on in his life? Oh, his mom just passed away and he's going through a really, really tough time right now. Oh, thank you. That person has your back. But if you're spending in isolation alone and you don't have anybody, people are going to judge you based on what you experience and what you have around you. And if you don't have any friends, they're going to judge you for that. If you don't have a good support system, they're going to judge you for that. That's why a lot of successful students who talk to a lot of people and a lot of teachers are successful people, because in this life right now today, it's about what you talk about. It's about who you have around you. And not only that, but what you do for a living and what you do to support others. So isolation is dangerous in that manner, but I do believe isolation is encouraging when you have a season where you don't know where to go and you don't have direction. This is where you pick up your Napoleon Hill Outwitting the Devil. This is where you pick up your C.S. Lewis, The Screw Tapes. This is where you pick up a journal and start writing down stuff. This is where you start reading the Bible and learning about Proverbs and Ecclesiastes. This is where you start praying to God. All this stuff happens in solitude. Friends, when it comes to isolation for self-change, friends tend to be a distraction. Big friend circles end up being a distraction. Parties end up being a distraction. Why? Because when you don't have the time to do certain things and you say, well, Saturdays are for the boys, let's go out and do something. Mondays are boo-hoo and Fridays are yay and this and that, all this other story and stuff, and you're stuck in this routine. It's extremely toxic and it distracts you from the main focus of your life is, what can I do to get myself one step ahead? Now, Christians, if you're watching this video, we don't rely on our own will to get us ahead. We rely on faith and we rely on God for opening doors. So we don't have to be anxious and we don't have to be worried about tomorrow, because we know that our God fends the birds and he clothes us. So we don't have to worry about those things. But as people who are living in the world, the norm that we kind of do is daily routines. The norm we kind of do is what's in it for us, and we're kind of really self-seeking. But in due season, those times will come up, and it's only just to strengthen your faith with God. But as people who live in this world, they're not religious, they're religious towards people. Let's put it that way. They're religious towards the physical aspects, the materialistic things, the jobs that they have and the money that they have in their bank accounts. But isolation is important for your own well-being. Stuff happens. It's life. But feel free to get back up and keep on moving forward. If today you're in a season of isolation, take it slowly and really pay attention to your habits. Fix the bad habits and focus on the things that you truly care about. And don't forget law number 18, get friendships that motivate you and talk well about you when walls break down, when the kingdom is under fire, and when things are not going well. That's going to be it for today's video. I love you guys so much. This was kind of off the top of my head. I hope you guys found value in this. And let me know below what you guys think about this law. And yeah, that's going to be it for today's video. I've said this a million times. I love you guys. And all the time, he loves you. And all the time, he loves you. I'll repeat that again. Because he does. And don't forget that. And everything works out for him, Christians out there. Everything works out in his favor. To expand this kingdom and to keep you motivated. And other times keep you sad, but you know what? We know that how the devil works out there. So, peace out.